Welcome back, everybody, to the New York Knicks, MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K23. Today we have made it to the end of the regular season here in year number 3. There's one more game left to go on the schedule, and if we win, we are going to the playoffs, and if we lose, well, it becomes a lot more complicated. So currently we are the 6th seed at 46-35. We're tied with the 7th seeded Pacers, and we're only a game back of the 5th seeded Pistons. So we could hypothetically jump up to 5. If we lose, we could possibly drop down to 7. So we've got to win this game to ensure we get at least the 6th seed. This has been our goal the entire season, to get a top 6 seed, advance to the playoffs, not have to worry about the play-in tournament, and we get to avoid Cleveland and Charlotte in the first round. If we do get 6, we will play Orlando. If we get 5, we would most likely play Boston. And then if we drop to 7, then it gets kind of ugly. As it stands now, it seems like there's 3 clear top dogs: the Hornets, Cavs, and then the Rockets. Those are the 3 best teams in the league by far. And then in the Eastern Conference, Orlando and Boston have clinched playoff spots. Detroit practically has, but they still need to win, as do we. And then Indiana is looking to possibly jump us in order to move up to 6. The Hawks, Sixers, and Raptors have clinched the other play-in spots, so the top 10 teams in the East have been decided. As for the West, it is very chaotic. The top 3 seeds have clinched their placements, and then all hell breaks loose across the rest of the conference. No other team has clinched a playoff spot yet. And then you have seeds 4 through 11 all fighting, including the Oklahoma City Thunder. And that's very relevant for us because we play against the Thunder in our final game of the year. They're going to be gunning for it just as much as we are. So we need to win that game just like them. They've been playing some good basketball, 7-3 in their last 10. So it is going to be a major challenge for us to win that one. So as we look at the other teams, the Pistons have to play the Lakers. They're not good. And the Pacers play Toronto, and they have already clinched the 10th seed. So we have a much harder game than both Detroit and Indiana. So unfortunately, we kind of get screwed. Obviously, the only thing we control is our game. We're in a spot where we control our own fate. If we win, we're in. If we lose, who the hell knows? So let's look at our opponent here, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are currently the 8th seed in the Western Conference. They want to ensure they can get 8th place, as they are trying to get into the playoffs for the first time in a number of years. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leads the way. He has not been great since the All-Star break. Could this be his final regular season game in Oklahoma City? Could he look to request a trade in the offseason, possibly to the Knicks? Who knows? They've got other great young players like Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren, and then even young guys that they've drafted throughout this series like Walter Knotts III, Adeyemi Onuaku, Enzo Valentino, and Casey Castillo. Onuaku is the name to watch of this group. He was the number 1 pick in this year's draft and quietly is having a really good season. He is currently 2nd for Rookie of the Year, 1 spot ahead of our very own DJ Ramses. Before we get to our game, there's another slate of games on April 12th. There's only 2 matchups, but one of them is important to us. It's the Blazers and the Timberwolves, and the reason why this game is important, it has to do with the Blazers, who end up losing. Portland losing this game is slightly good for us because they are now a full game behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. This gives the Thunder a little bit more security for the 8th seed, which is good because maybe they're going to try a little bit less. Maybe there's going to be a little less intensity from their side. There's a big difference between the 8th and the 9th seed, so I still expect them to be really gunning for it. But maybe not as much with Portland losing. Unfortunately, we are a little bit dinged up. Patrick Feinstein and Cesar DiCarlo both got hurt in the last game. Feinstein's going to be fine. I'm not really worried about it. As for DiCarlo, he suffered back spasms. Just another injury added to the list with him. He's already had a torn Achilles in his career, 2 separate knee injuries this year, and now a back injury. So, again, the medical of Cesar DiCarlo continues to be a total disaster through his first 2 seasons in the NBA. His Bed Bath & Beyond coupon expired or something, so I understand there might be higher priorities than this final regular season game. So DiCarlo will not be in the rotation, but he will be available to play just in case we need him. I don't want to re-aggravate the injury because he's already injury prone as is, but if we absolutely need him because this is basically a playoff game for us, we do have him available. We'll start with our game first and then get to the Pacers and the Pistons. Both of those matchups will matter for us pretty much regardless if we end up winning this game or not. So here we go. The Thunder and the Knicks. Game 82 in the regular season. Both squads have a lot to fight for. Both teams are in win and in scenarios. If the Thunder win, they are guaranteed the 8th seed, meaning they only have to win one play-in game instead of two. As for the Knicks, if they win, they clinch at least the 6th seed, meaning they will advance to the postseason for the first time since 2021. So we'll see if the Knicks can get the job done. Regular starters for New York: DJ Ramses, Paul George, RJ Barrett, John Collins, and James Wiseman. For the Thunder, they'll be rocking with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Walter Knott III, Adeyemi Onuaku, and Chet Holmgren. This right here is our opportunity to clinch a playoff spot. This is what we've been striving for since episode 1 of this series, and particularly since the start of this season. Over the last 81 games, we have been fighting to get that playoff spot, and here in the final regular season game, we have an opportunity to do so. We control our own fate. We have destiny right in front of us, but it's not going to be easy. The Oklahoma City Thunder are playing for just as much as we are, and I'm expecting this game to be a battle. Chet Holmgren and James Wiseman meet at center court for the tip-off, as this one will go to Wiseman and the Knicks, and we are underway here at the Paycom Center. Game 82 of the regular season. It all comes down to this, with a playoff spot on the line for the Knicks. Ramses inside for Collins, swings it over to George. Him and Knotts fighting for the ball as it ends up being a jump ball. Both players really physical with each other, then right at the end, slap each other 5. Both of these teams have a lot of respect for each other here, showing early as Walter Knott would win the jump ball, and Oklahoma City is going to look to take it in transition. Josh Giddey misses the pull-up jumper, grabs his own rebound, gets the putback, and the Oklahoma City Thunder start this one on the board 2-0. Following Thunder possession, it's Giddey again, the native of Australia, inside for the layup. Giddey's got the first 4 points of the game. Now the Knicks are going to look to respond. Here comes RJ Barrett. He's blocked. Chet Holmgren sends that one into the seats. Good start for OKC's defense. As we saw in the last episode in the Pacer game, the Knicks got to start off strong before things get rough. Big-time 3 by the rookie DJ Ramses, drafted number 9 overall out of Syracuse. 5-4, here's Onuaku. Inside, floats it up, bounces it off the glass for the layup as it's 6-5. Here is Josh Giddey. Sends it in the corner, and the lob attempt is unsuccessful, but the Thunder get it back. Chet Holmgren with it, and about 10 seconds left on the clock. He sends it over to Josh Giddey. Giddey gets it over to Walter Knott, the former Tennessee Volunteer, of a late screen. Knott doubled inside, heaves up a layup, and it is good, beating the shot clock buzzer. Good possession by Oklahoma City after nearly turning it over. 8-7. Giddey with it, trying to find somebody open. He's a great passer. Finds Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the slam. The Knicks have been linked to trading for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander since the start of last season. Could it finally happen this offseason? 3-ball, no good, but Collins comes flying in from a putback dunk. What a great play there by John Collins, going up with the left hand. We know this guy can absolutely fly. A lot of big-time dunks this year for John Collins. Giddey wide open in the corner, misses the 3, but Holmgren's there for the putback. RJ Barrett completely fell asleep on that possession defensively. Can't do that. 9-12. Here's Onuaku with the reverse slam. What a play by the former number 1 overall draft pick, Adeyemi Onuaku. Oh me, oh my, that was something. The Thunder lead 14-9. Overall, it feels like Oklahoma City has slight control here in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander, step back is good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is so smooth offensively. I mean, there's a reason why the Knicks want to trade for him so badly. RJ Barrett, step back, 3-ball is good. Nice shot for RJ Barrett. He's got an early 5 points, as it is now 16-12. Some collision inside. It looked like Wiseman might have blocked it. Here comes the Knicks in transition. It's Barrett again, and one layup. Great job by the Knicks to run the floor. Barrett with the and one. Casey Castillo, the rookie out of UCLA, called for the fouls. He gets blocked on the other end. What a play by Splash Mayo. On the other end, it's Diablo in the corner. Over to Cam Reddish, who drives inside, makes the layup over Casey Castillo. Castillo is a really good offensive player himself, but he cannot play a lick of defense, and it is showing early.
Nice move inside, shot no good, but the putback dunk will. Udoka Azubuike makes the play. Rock Chalk Jayhawk as it's now 16-19. Killer Cam Reddish in the corner hits the triple to tie it up. The Knicks' second unit is giving them some good energy off the bench as Mayo drives inside, makes the layup. Again, the Knicks are attacking Case and Castillo on offense, and it is working because Castillo cannot guard anyone. Here comes Johnson looking to go inside. He gets it back to Azubuike, who makes the jumper. Nice play by Udoka Azubuike, 21-21. Case and Castillo draws the double over to Gilgeous-Alexander. He has the mismatch with Kabongo on him. He lets up the three, and it is good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, the native of Canada, hits the triple. 23-24. Time winding down here in the first quarter as the Knicks look to take the lead. Here's Coco Diablo. He's got 3 assists already. Looking to go inside. Sends it to Ahmed Kabongo. The second-year pro out of the Democratic Republic of Congo gives the Knicks the lead with the dunk. Castillo makes it all the way to the other end of the floor but misses the three. The play by Castillo to quickly get to the three-point line. That'll wrap up the first quarter. It's been a good one so far. 25-24. The Knicks are ahead. Into the second quarter, here comes Josh Giddey. Sends it in the corner for a wide-open man. It's Kaysen Castillo who hits the three to put the Thunder right back ahead. Seems like Oklahoma City had control for most of the first quarter before the Knicks took the lead. Nice contested layup inside by DJ Ramses. He is so efficient around the basket as this game is tied. Ramses again, this time with the wide-open dunk. That'll put New York on top, 29-27. Case and Castillo tries to lob it up for Holmgren. He's unsuccessful. Here comes New York on the other end. Ramses sends it over to Barrett. Inside for John Collins. Guarded by Onuaku. And Collins will out-physical the rookie on that play. Big start to the second quarter for New York as they lead by 4. Make it 2 off the layup by Adeyemi Onuaku. He's so good at creating his own shot. Very impressive for someone of his size as Giddey gets the steal. No one in front of him. I don't know why he slowed down. Floater is no good. Got to convert there. Josh Giddey, I don't know why he stopped going full speed. He could have dunked that home on a transition slam. 31-29 now on the following possession. DJ Ramses hits the corner 3. He's got 7 in the quarter, and he has given the Knicks some really good minutes here tonight. Kaysen Castillo with the and 1. Collins called for the foul. Both of these rookies, Castillo and Ramses, are really playing well offensively here in the second quarter as Castillo misses the free throw. Here comes the Knicks in transition. It's Ramses again! DJ Ramses with the throwdown, and the Knicks lead by 5. 36-31. Paul George with it. He's got 4 assists. Over to Ramses. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. The Thunder cannot stop this kid. They can only hope to contain him. 15 points today for DJ. He's got 12 in the quarter. Ramses back with it. Over to James Wiseman. Hits the shot near the free-throw line. Look at that score. The Knicks right now are dominating here in the second quarter as they lead by 8. Ramses with a bullet in the corner for Paul George. He had some great seasons here in Oklahoma City. Was even an MVP finalist before being traded to the Clippers back in the summer of 2019. Shot no good. Thunder with the rebound as they hit the corner 3. Keldon Johnson makes the play, acquired via trade in the offseason from the Spurs, the former Kentucky Wildcat, trying to give Shai another buddy to convince him to stick around as John Collins makes the layup. 46-36 now, with 3 minutes to go in the half. Keldon Johnson sinks the triple. Nice shot. That'll cut the lead to 7. Paul George with it. He's got 6 assists, doing a little bit of everything to go along with 5 points and 4 boards as Collins gets the and 1 slam, dunking it on Udoka Azubuike. What a play by John Collins as it's 49-39. Floater attempt will fall. That's Enzo Valentino, the Italian native, as Josh Giddey gets the steal over to Gilgeous-Alexander. Step back. He is too smooth with it. He brings the lead within 6. Now an 8-point game. There's Enzo Valentino. No good. With just seconds left on the clock, the Knicks are going to try to get a shot off quickly. Cam Reddish gets a pretty good look, but he overshoots it. That'll wrap up the first half. The Knicks are playing pretty well as they lead by 8, 51-43. There's the Rookie of the Year leaderboard with all 3 players in Thunder jerseys for whatever reason. Seeing DJ Ramses in a Thunder jersey low-key makes me want to puke. Overall, I think the Knicks have to be happy with how they've done. The offense has been a little bit spotty, but defensively, the Knicks are really playing intense, physical, tough defensive basketball. In the playoffs, your defense has to be a strength of your team. And right now, this is pretty much a playoff game, and well, the Knicks defense is playing really well. Onuaku makes the bucket, 51-45. Here is R.J. Barrett looking to get the screen for Wiseman. Barrett inside. Nice move by R.J. Barrett, the native of Canada. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, fellow Canadians. As SGA looks to drive it inside, he will make the floater over the extended arm of James Wiseman. Oklahoma City brings it within 6. Pump fake for Barrett. He goes inside for James Wiseman. Back to Barrett. Drives by Giddey. Barrett with another nice layup. 11 points now for R.J. Barrett as he continues to probably be really the Knicks' best player over the month of April. He's been great here down the stretch. As Adeyemi Onuaku gets the lob. 55-49. Both offenses look strong coming out of the locker room, particularly Oklahoma City. Splash Mayo in the game makes the layup, getting some early minutes off the bench here in the third quarter as it's 57-49. Ramses step back, 3-ball, no good. But Collins is there for the rebound, and he will get the putback. Nice play by John Collins. He's got 11 and 5, and New York is back ahead by 10 with about 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Here's Kaysen Castillo. Looks to get around the screen, and he does. Again, we know Kaysen Castillo is a gifted offensive player, and although he can't play a lick of defense, he can absolutely score the basketball. Here's Ramses. Blows by Castillo, and he misses the layup. You cannot miss that. That's such an easy play for DJ Ramses, and now the Thunder can really get some momentum off of it as Adeyemi Onuaku hits the triple. So Ramses' missed layup turns into a 5-point swing. The Knicks got to call a timeout with Oklahoma City bringing the lead down to 4. Here comes Coco Diablo. He'll hit the mid-ranger, his first points of the day. Diablo has been really good as a facilitator, however, with 4 assists in the first half as he gets it over to R.J. Barrett. Barrett sends it to the corner with a great pass over to Patrick Feinstein, who hits the triple. 64-57 now. Barrett's shot no good. Rebound and put back will follow. The second-year pro from the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's Ahmed Kabongo with the slam. Big play there by the young center as it's 66-57. Here is Kaysen Castillo. He's trapped, finds Giddey in the corner. He'll knock down the triple. Josh Giddey has not scored since the opening minute of the game where he scored the first 2 baskets of the ballgame. Keldon Johnson off the pick and roll, drives inside. Tough defense from Feinstein, but Keldon Johnson will make the layup, and it's a 5-point game with about a minute left in the quarter. Here comes George in the corner for Kilot Cam Reddish, who hits for 3. 69, nice, to 61, now 70-61. Here is Enzo Valentino. Shot over Reddish, won't fall, tipped and rebounded by Chet Holmgren. The Slender Man will put it back in. 70-63 now. Gilgeous-Alexander with about 15 seconds left in the quarter. He's blocked by Feinstein. Gets it back, but he's trapped. Sends it over to Chet Holmgren, who makes the bucket to bring the lead down to 5. 70-65 now your score. Screen for Diablo. Just seconds to go in the quarter. Diablo 3-ball. Good look. Won't fall. Not a bad quarter for the Thunder. They bring the lead from 8 to 5, but Oklahoma City still has a lot of damage control to do as they trail. Walter Knotts the third, misses the 3, but Keldon Johnson gets the putback. It's now just a 1-score game, 70-67. The Knicks offense was pretty good in the second quarter, but really did not play very well in the third. DJ Ramses knocks down the triple. Ramses had 12 points in the second, but none in the third. If DJ Ramses picks it up, there's no reason why the Knicks can't win this game. Barrett, no good. Grabs his own rebound over to Collins. He'll put it back in. New York leads by 6, 75-69. Nice. Here comes Barrett over to Collins with the throwdown, a reverse slam for John Collins, 77-69. Here comes Barrett over to Collins again. John Collins just powering through the defenders like it's nothing for the dunk. Gilgeous-Alexander is an open man inside. It's Walter Knotts who then draws the double. Spin move, fools the defense over to Holmgren, who is an open man for 3. It's Josh Giddey who knocks it down, bringing the lead to 7. 79-72. Here comes DJ Ramses with it over to Wiseman. Wiseman in the corner for R.J. Barrett, who knocks down a huge triple. That'll put New York back up by double digits with 6 minutes to go. Nobody's covering Josh Giddey there. He misses the open 3. Holmgren, however, gets the putback. The Knicks are kind of daring Josh Giddey to shoot, and he's not even a bad shooter, so it's kind of weird. Ramses' pass is intercepted by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. On the other end, SGA looking to make a play. Step back. Nice move by Shea as it's a 6-point lead, 82-76. The Knicks ahead with 5 minutes to go. They can just taste this playoff berth. It's literally 5 minutes away. Nice little turnaround layup from Cam Reddish. Now 84-76. Giddey with it at the top of the key. Gets it over to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Ramses. Gilgeous-Alexander makes a nice play. Good defense, but an even better offensive play. 6-point lead now. Here comes Walter Knotts with it. Trying to get a crossover. He finds Gilgeous-Alexander wide open for three. Knocks it down. And the Thunder cut the lead in half. 84-81. The Knicks got to call a timeout. This game is really coming down to the wire with just 4 minutes to go. Rams is inside for Wiseman. He's blocked by Holmgren. Collins with it back. Over to Barrett for three. No good. Tipped by Wiseman over to Ramses now. The Knicks are going to get a third chance on this possession. Screen from Collins. Ramses inside, back to Collins with it, and he makes the layup. Great job by the Knicks to keep it going on that possession after the block and the miss. It's a huge play there, 82-86. What a block by Wiseman. Onuaku gets it back, no good. Holmgren with the rebound to Knotts, no good. The Knicks with a huge defensive stand on that possession as they now lead by 6 after a couple of free throws. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander tries to drive inside. He's blocked, but they call it a foul. I don't agree with that call. That looked like all ball. As we look at the replay, it's kind of a tough call because it was all ball. Wiseman got his arm late. I don't think it really affected the shot, but he did hit his arm, so I guess I get it. 89-84 now. 2 minutes to go. Holmgren's jumper is good. That'll make it a one-score game as the Knicks call a timeout. They've got to manage these final 2 minutes off strong, and if they do, they're going to the playoffs. Here's Paul George inside for Collins. He gets fouled. That's been a common theme here this last minute. The Knicks have gotten fouled a lot. As John Collins sinks the first one, the Knicks have been really good from the line tonight. The Thunder, not so much. Oklahoma City's missed a lot of free throws. Collins knocks them both down. It's a 5-point game. Now a minute to go. Gilgeous-Alexander heaves up a prayer. I don't know why he shot that. Rebounded by George. Knicks looking to push the tempo. Another bucket or two could ice the game. Collins inside for Ramses. Yes, he makes the layup. DJ Ramses puts the Knicks up by 7. 45 seconds to go. Holmgren over to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He gets it to Knotts over to Giddey. Thunder got to make a decision quick. This shot clock is ticking. Giddey's three, no good. Rebounded by Holmgren, who gets the putback layup. So now it's a 5-point game with 33 seconds to go as the Thunder are going to try to run a press. It's time to start fouling into the hands of Paul George, fouled by Knotts, and PG will go to the line to make it a 3-score game. His first one will fall. He's up to 10 points to go along with 8 dimes and 6 boards. The second shot here for George to make it a 7-point lead. This one will fall. 95-88. The Knicks lead by 7. Oklahoma City has a timeout, decides not to use it, and now they use it after getting to the half court. So the Thunder are out of timeouts. They've got to get a shot off quickly and really hope for a miracle. It's not looking good, but I wouldn't call it impossible for them quite yet. But they've got to score on this possession quickly, or else it's pretty much over. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with it, looks to go inside. His shot will not fall. Holmgren with the rebound and one. Huge play for Chet Holmgren as Wiseman gets called for the foul. Holmgren can make it a 4-point game. The Thunder have not shot well from the line tonight as he misses it, and it's rebounded, and the Knicks call a timeout. They want to get their starters back in the game. I don't know why the second unit came in. This game's not over. It's a 5-point game with 20 seconds to go, 21 seconds. The Knicks want their main starters to be in the game here. They want their guys who they trust shooting free throws, particularly guys like DJ Ramses, Paul George, RJ Barrett, guys who we want at the line late in this game to finish it off for us and to hopefully ice it and secure our spot in the playoffs. So the starters are back on the floor. Assuming the Thunder are going to go for a quick foul here, as it will go into the hands of DJ Ramses, who is fouled by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with 20 seconds to go. So Ramses, the rookie with 21 points, will go to the line. His first one will fall in. The Knicks lead by 6. The second one here for Ramses to make it a 3-score game is good. 97-90 with 20.6 seconds to go. SGA is going to dribble it up. The Thunder are going to have to get a shot off quickly. Giddey over to Holmgren. Deep three. No good. Rebounded by George. And I think this game is over.
Ramses will dribble out the clock, just seconds to go, ticking away. And for the first time in 4 years, the New York Knicks are headed to the postseason as they defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder 97-90 in a hard-fought, physical, tough basketball game with both teams really going at it, but ultimately the Knicks get the upper hand, and this means no matter what, the Knicks will get a top 6 seed. They will avoid the play-in tournament and get a postseason spot. This has been our goal all season long, to get a top 6 seed. It took us the entire season to do it, but we were able to get the job done here when it mattered. Our most important game of the season on the road against another team who really needed to win, and we end up getting the job done here. A complete team effort. The defense was really solid. The offense a little bit inconsistent, but they did more than enough to win the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 22 points leading the way for the Thunder. We'll see if they end up getting the 8th or the 9th seed. They still need Portland to lose, and if Portland does lose, they'll still get 8. Oklahoma City did not shoot well, particularly from the free-throw line. If they get some of those shots to go in, they could have won the game. DJ Ramses with 23, 6 and 5, another big-time game here for the rookie. John Collins with 21 and 8. Barrett was solid. Reddish was pretty good off the bench. Paul George very inefficient, only 1 for 7 from the field, but he still had 11, 8, and 7. Doing pretty much everything. Neither team shot the ball all that well from the floor or from 3, but we shot a lot better at the line, which ultimately was the difference. The Pistons and Pacers games are still relevant to us because we can pass Detroit for the 5 seed, and I'd still prefer if Indiana lost, just so there's no funny business and they don't pass us, even though we had the tiebreaker over them already. So we'll be simcasting both of these games, starting with Indiana. They'll be going up against the Toronto Raptors, who have clinched the 10th seed, so the Raptors no longer have anything to worry about, and the Pacers come out the gates storming. Not even close. Indiana wins by 14. Benedict Mathurin leads the way with 34. Tyrese Halliburton with a double-double. So we now have the same record as the Indiana Pacers, and that'll bring us to this matchup with Detroit. We are rooting for the Lakers. As you can see, we have now officially technically clinched a playoff spot, which is good. So the Pistons need to win, or else they could end up falling to 7, and then both us and Indiana could get in. A Pistons loss will be helpful because this means we get to move up to 5. We would play Boston in the first round. I would much rather play Boston than Orlando. I think the Magic are better, and we usually beat the Celtics. Unfortunately, Detroit does win. Jaden Ivey with 30. 27 days, 27 nights, drops ironically 27. Cade Cunningham and Kawhi Leonard with big games for the Pistons as well. So all 3 teams end up winning. Detroit gets 5, we get 6, Indiana gets 7. So LaMelo Ball ends up winning the MVP. A lot of deserving candidates, but the Hornets were one of the 3 best teams of the league. LaMelo was great. Montejo Moore Jr. wins Rookie of the Year at the Sonics. DJ Ramses not too far behind in the race. Moore had a great season for Seattle, very well deserved. Jamison Xander at the Wizards wins 6th Man of the Year. Giannis wins the Defensive Player of the Year. Jose Alvarado wins Most Improved. He doesn't really deserve it. He didn't really get all that much better. He just happens to play for a worse team where he got more minutes. JB Bickerstaff wins Coach of the Year, while Joseph Jackson wins the Executive of the Year. Here's the All-NBA First Team, usual suspects, along with Paolo Banchero of the Orlando Magic, who we'll be talking about in just a little bit. Here's a look at the second team, and then the third team featuring 40-year-old LeBron James. All the older guys like Durant and Curry and Harden are not here, but LeBron still is. Here are the all-defensive teams, including the likes of Christopher Killebrew. Then on the second team, we have some surprises with Jokic and Luka, who aren't known as great defenders, but okay. On the all-rookie first team, DJ Ramses makes the list. And then the second team, we have Coco Diablo getting in. So both of our top 2 draft picks getting recognized as all-rookie selections. Let's take a look at the stats for the team throughout the year. Paul George, very solid trade deadline acquisition from Atlanta. His numbers went a little bit down after the trade, largely because we're better than Atlanta, so he got less touches. DJ Ramses looks like a young, budding superstar in front of our very own eyes. I think he was our best player this year. Even if we go out and get a star in the offseason, I think DJ Ramses is our number one building block. RJ Barrett was a little disappointing this year, but he played great down the stretch. He was our best player in the month of April. John Collins, very solid. Coco Diablo started the year off red hot, really hit the rookie wall about halfway through the season, and he hasn't really recovered. Speaking of not recovering, Cesar DiCarlo is still banged up. He was very good when he was on the floor this year, but that was a major contingency. Cam Reddish and Splash Mayo were both solid off the bench. James Wiseman gave us some solid minutes down low. Rock Khalif Doumbou played a little bit. Doumbou, by the way, has been really bad in the G League. I think he's shooting like 36% from the field and 22% from three. So we knew he was raw when we drafted him, but he really has a long ways to go. And then the end of the bench with guys like Patrick Feinstein, Jackson Watkins, and Ahmed Kabongo, all very talented young players who have bright futures within our organization. So that brings us to the playoffs. The Thunder ended up getting the 9th seed. So Portland won. OKC got screwed. Maybe you should have beat us today, guys. As for us, we'll be facing off against a really strong Orlando Magic team in the first round. Their best player is former number 1 overall pick Paolo Banchero, who made the All-NBA first team this year, averaging 20.5 points, almost 11 boards, and over 5 assists per game. The Magic have a lot of great playmakers. Franz Wagner and Domantas Sabonis are both very good scorers for their size. Zamir Donaldson, 6'9", he's one of the best shooters in the league. He is Orlando's leading scorer. Former high draft pick a few years ago who's really turned into a good player. He was a guy who I had wanted to draft, but unfortunately he didn't fall to our selection. Markelle Fultz and Jalen Suggs are their 2 lead guards, both of whom are very solid players. So this is a really well-rounded roster. They have a lot of good playmakers on this team. Playmaking is something that I really focus on building my teams around. So because of that, I really like this Orlando Magic core. I think they're a great team. I think we're definitely the underdog going into this postseason series. But I think we can match up with these guys. They're not on the level as Cleveland or Charlotte, so I absolutely think we can beat them if we play our best basketball. That'll wrap up the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time around, we will kick off the postseason against the Orlando Magic here in the first round. It should be a lot of fun. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.